From inside Rogers Center in downtown Toronto, MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Athletics and the Toronto Blue Jays. First pitch coming your way next. And our starting pitcher here today, Dylan Cease. Singy, he's a guy that can rack up a lot of strikeouts.
Yeah, Boog, this is a guy that struck out over 200 batters just a year ago. So he's definitely one of those guys that's got ridiculous swing and miss stuff. Hitters have to make a decision early, and that causes them to many times guess wrong and end up missing the baseball. But when you got a guy that's taking the mound that has the ability to send guys walking back to the dugout, it can be pretty fun to watch, and hopefully that's what we'll see in this one.
That one ripped left field, carrying well. And he brings it into the warning track. Okay, let's check out the lineup. Here's a big power threat, Nick Kurtz. Just getting started here in Toronto. Swing at a ground ball into the outfield, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. Tyler Soderstrom up next for the A's. 2 hits in the game last night. And foul ball. Here's your 1.
Whoa.
And that is out of play. The 1-2. That's down and in.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Inside, almost got him.
Well, with the amount of pitches that End up in the dirt. A good secondary lead. Doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
And ball 4, 2 aboard. And now a chance for Shea Langoliers. Drove in their only run in last night's game. Dive, and he's got it. From his knees, the throw. There's one on the first save. So they get one, but a really nice try there.
Just a beautiful play right there to get it out. He dives to make the stop. Then a nice feed from his knees. Knew he didn't have time to get up and make that throw. The throw beats the runner. That's that internal clock working.
Here's the center fielder. Butler.
That's a ball.
Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. So the call stands. One challenge remaining for them now. 2 on, 2 outs.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond. Just a tough pitch.
Oh, nice stop on the slide.
He's safe.
He is safe.
Well, that's a frustrating way to fall behind in this one as the infield single drives in the run. And sometimes all you have to do is put the ball in play, and you give your teammate a chance to hurry home.
That's out the corner.
Jacob Wilson in the box, lays off for ball 1.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Cease, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the game, and that certainly is a benefit to him when he's in a spot like this. In the dirt.
Yeah, if you're going to be in the game in high leverage situations, you've got to be able to get the swing and miss and put hitters away.
Stays alive. Payoff pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. There's a swing and a drive. And it's foul, and the at-bat keeps going. Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. On to the bottom of the first. It's the A's 1, and the Blue Jays coming up. We go to the bottom of the first, and on the mound for the A's in this one, Jeffrey Springs. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. And Singy against the southpaw on the mound. The skipper's loaded this lineup with righty bats.
Certainly following the conventional wisdom here, Boo. That extra split second can make a big difference for a hitter. So these righty batters will need to take advantage and make this tactical move pay off.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Just off the outside corner, and that's ball 2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
The 2-2. Into center. Butler on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
Batting third, catcher
At the plate, Alejandro Kirk. 2 hits for him in yesterday's game. Swing and a miss as he was late. In the air to left center. Soderstrom on the move to the gap. And that's the 3rd out. So they make short work of him there. We move to the 2nd in Toronto. It's the A's 1 and the Jays. New inning getting started. Jeff McNeil stands in.
Second baseman Jeff McNeil.
Swing and a foul out of play. That clips the corner.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Popped in the air. Left field. Strong. Under it. And there's one away. Next up for the A's, Zach Geloff.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Late on that fastball. Inside. And the count 1-2. Now one missed. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Next to hit, Carlos Cortez. Hitless yesterday as they only pushed across 1 run.
Ball, low.
Check swing and he went. That's strike 1. Base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
When you go 0 for 5, 0 for 7, 0 for 8, it seems like an eternity, especially to start the season, because that's the one thing. Players want to get that first one out of the way so that they feel like, all right, I'm going to avoid this prolonged 0 for to start the season and get into a slump.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Fouled off. He was late. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Now before the pitch, he looks him back. First and second, 2 down. Here in the second game of the series. The 0-2. Just misses with that one. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Headed for the plate. The throw in.
Well done. Drives in the run. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Now, Tyler Soderstrom.
That's the ball.
He's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
That's the ball.
That's outside. Ball 2. That one is absolutely belted. Out of here. His first homer of the year, and they boost their lead. It's 5-zip.
Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
And first offering is fouled off. That's a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
They are really feeding off each other. That's 5 hits in a row. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out. Get as much as you can. Give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one. Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
This one in the air center field, and that'll do it. But 4 runs score in the inning, 3 coming right here on the 3-run homer. Now to the bottom of the second. You're watching Blue Jays. Bottom of the inning, and now the Toronto cleanup hitter, Dalton Varsho.
Possibly thinking about home run number 100 here. He's just 1 shy of that milestone.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Swings through that.
Well, you know this guy wants a pitch up, something that he can hit hard and drive over the wall. But you've got to set your sights down a little bit. You can't lose your discipline and go after a pitch that you just can't do anything with.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. And the leadoff man aboard.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
He swings and fouls. Off. Fouled off left side. And the 0-2. Got him. 1 gone here.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
1 out man at first. And next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. Line drive. And there's 2 down. Davis Schneider next up for the Blue Jays. On a line out towards center. And that's the inning. So they can't do anything with the leadoff single there. We head on down to the top of the third. It's the A's 5 and the Jays nothing. Back here at Rogers Center, all set for the start of the inning. Jacob Wilson getting ready to hit.
I think this is an important inning on the mound for him in this game. He's got to find a way to settle things down and give some length in this start.
Just
that's
missed. Out to short, and it finds its way through for a hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Up next for the A's, second baseman.
And now here's Jeff McNeil. He's 0 for 1. There's the strike. Swing and a miss. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 0-2. Out towards right center field. Springer in position. And there's one down.
Up next for the A's, the designated hitter.
Zach Gallo digs in now. His first at bat was a strikeout. That's in there. It's 0-1.
When you're struggling out there on the mound, hitters know that there'll be plenty of opportunities within the at bat to try to get something to hit hard.
In the dirt. The throw into second. Not going to get him. He's in there. And now a man into scoring position.
He just hasn't had it in this one. Been fighting himself out there, and that's just another example of it. We'll see if he can find it at all while he's still out there.
Slings to first in time.
Up next for the A's.
Here's the third baseman, Carlos Cortez. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far.
Ball. Hey!
That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. Man on second, 2 down. And it remains 2-2. This one chopped up the middle. Clement on to first, and that's the inning. The A's strand 1. As we go to the last of the third. And now for the Jays, Miles Straw. Foul ball there. That's out to center field. 1 away.
Batting ninth, shortstop.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Leo Jimenez. Hammered, and now maybe extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. The throw to second, and he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Everything came together for him. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ballgame.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup, and the batter is George Springer. 0 for 1 so far. Shot into the gap, and that should bring in the run. Runner comes in from second to score, and they cut the lead.
Comes through with the RBI. Got a good pitch to drive, stayed short with his back path to the ball, and caught it out front, and he stayed long in his follow-through. That's how you split the gap, and that's pretty much a double every time.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Ripped, but it curls foul. One out and a runner at second here in the last half of the third. Line drive, base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with one out. So up next, Alejandro Kirk. Fly to left his first time. Kirk not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge. So the call will stand. No challenges left for them now. First and third, one down. That's a base hit. Run scores. The throw to third. He's in there.
Well, that gets him a little closer in this one. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
He's sitting on 99 career homers. We'll see if this is the moment to notch number 100. To the right side. Kurtz to second. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. 3 innings complete. It's the A's 5 and the Blue Jays 2. Back now in Toronto as we go to the top of the fourth.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that you can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
That's a strike. Well struck, deep right field, way back and out of here. He sends one out the opposite way, and they add a run. It's 6-2.
When you see a guy take a slider on the outside part of the plate and hit an opposite field home run, fires you up because not only is he flexing the muscles to show the pop, that kind of approach, you'll hit for a high average as well.
Kurtz in the box here, lets that one go for a ball. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Takes it in for the out.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Soderstrom in the box with one away as he takes ball one.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but.
Well struck, right field. See you later. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they tack on to their lead. It's 7-2. One down. Shea Langoliers up next for the A's. 1 for 2. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Out of the bullpen for the Jays, Mason Fluhart, ready to make his season debut.
Woo!
Oh, 2 now. Got him. 2 away. 2 outs, base is empty. And now the center fielder, Lawrence Butler. Left field. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. And he'll make it to second base with 2 gone.
Up next for the A's.
Next up for the A's, Jacob Wilson. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Runner at second, 2 down. Top half of inning number 4. Got him swinging. They limit the damage here. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 7-2 ball game. Ready to go, bottom 4. And now for the Jays, Kazuma Okamoto. Ripped to short, snagged on a bounce. To first, and very nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Blue Jays, second baseman, Ernie Clement.
Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off. Out to short, Wilson. Throws to first. Already 2 gone here in the home 4th.
Up next for the Blue Jays, designated hitter, David Schneider.
2 down, base is empty. Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Davis Schneider. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. And that keeps the inning alive.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
So digging in, Miles Straw.
Yeah.
In the air, right field. Rooker on the move. And the inning is over. Blue Jays held in check. They're down 5. It's 7-2. Back here at Rogers Center, this offense has lifted them to a lead with plenty of hits so far in this one as we look at the spray chart.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one, Boog. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
McNeil leading things off and takes a strike.
You know, these A's putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. On the ground to third. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly to first, and he just gets it there in time. One away. Now here is Zach Geloff.
Oh.
Line to left. Snags it on the run. And there's 2 away.
Wow, he looked like he was running before the ball was hit. Didn't have much time as that was a hard hit liner, but a nice job of covering a lot of ground in a short amount of time.
Cortez up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss.
Nope. Ball 2.
And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. Two down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the fifth. Tap softly to the right side. Clement over to first. The A's go quietly. It's the A's 7 and the Blue Jays 2. We head to the bottom of the fifth. And now for the Jays, Leo Jimenez. This one in the air center field. Butler under it. And there's one down.
Up next for the Blue Jays.
Here's George
right
Springer.
fielder, George Springer.
These hitters are going to have to find a way to be a little more patient, see more pitches per at bat. Otherwise, that bullpen's not going to have to work over there, and it's going to be advantage pitching all game long.
Wilson gets it to first. Home man for the fifth inning, moving along. 2 quick outs.
Up next for the Blue Jays, first baseman.
Vladdy Jr. stepping to the dish now. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. Line drive to short and caught. It's the A's 7. Blue Jays 2. Welcome back. A few highlights to help tell the story of the game. So up next, Brent Rooker. And there's a foul ball. Foul ball. Oh, and 2 now. Line drive, base hit right field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Up next for the A's, first baseman.
Stepping in, the long ball threat, Nick Kurtz. He has, as they like to say,
Let me guess, Boog. Light tower power?
that's right. Kurtz wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball. And it's going to stay a strike. So they'll lose their first challenge. Rooker on at first, nobody out. And a swing and a miss. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Left fielder Tyler Soderstrom.
Now the left fielder, Tyler Soderstrom. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those 2 he hit were legit. And he looks pretty locked in right now at the dish.
Maybe a 2-ball, 5. Throw to first in time.
Up next for the A's.
Shea Langoliers up next for the A's.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Hard hit left side. Fires over to Guerrero. That's out number 3. The A's strand 1, but they're still on top 7-2. Back now in Toronto. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Kirk measures 5 feet 8 inches, 27 years old, and he's a native of Mexico. Fought off foul.
Well, these Jays, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. One thing that stands out looking over the numbers is the amount of outs they have on the first pitch of the at-bat. They've given away too many at-bats with easy outs.
Misses off the inside, and that is ball 1. That one drilled left field. Back there. Get out of town. And Captain Kirk goes deep. His first homer of the year, and they're chipping away. It's 7-3. So, Singy, this is a little bit of a surprise. A guy known for line drives hits going over the fence.
Well, if you're a little too early, you'll get some elevation and the ball get out of the ballpark. For him, it's kind of a mistake. But you know what? When you have such a good approach, every now and then you're going to run into one.
Varsho, the next to hit, takes outside. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the bottom of the sixth. And a big swing and a miss.
But you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
Right through there for a strike. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The 1-2. And that's a strikeout looking. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Up next,
Now the third baseman, Kazuma Okamoto.
Kazuma Okamoto.
Pitch
That's the
misses. Ball one. Swing and a miss at a slider. Close, but called a ball. Ball two. Fastball for a strike. That's smacked on a line to center. That's out number two. 2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the second baseman, Ernie Clement.
That's a ball.
Line to second, snagged on the bounce. Gets him easily, ends the inning. The Jays get one back on this homer. It's now 7-3. You're watching Blue Jays baseball on the show Canada.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Blue
back. We're in the
Jays.
7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Braden Fisher.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
That one fouled off. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. And the count is 0-2. Ball one there. That one lined into left field, and that's base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
The 0-1. There's the strike.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase.
Meanwhile, this pitch gets away. Throws to second. In there. He's safe. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Man at second. In the dirt. Up the middle, Clement. The throw to first. That's the first out, the top of the 7th. Here's the second baseman, Jeff McNeil. 0 for 3 in this one. And a foul ball. Fisher. He's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big-time benefit. The 1-1. Base hit and a run comes in.
Picks himself up an RBI. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
Geloff at the plate now as he chases after that one. In the air, right field. Springer on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
As a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you, expecting to get a swing and miss.
Cortez stands in now and watches strike 1. Base hit center field. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Back to the top of the order. Brent Rooker up next for the A's. That one's in there, 0-1. Rooker wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. And that one just barely missed. The call is overturned. They'll keep their remaining challenge. The 1-0. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
Knee high, that's in for a strike. Rooker thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. So the call will stand. So that removes their last challenge. Two on, 2 outs. Good job to fight that one off. 2-2. Swing and a chopper out to short. Fires over to Guerrero. They limit the damage here. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now 8-3. Bottom of the 7th, and now to the plate. Here's the Toronto DH, Davis Schneider. Foul ball there. On the ground to the left, and that's just foul. The 0-2. A rope into right, and that's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
Fouled off left side. Right side. Rooker takes it in for the out. And there's 1 down.
Up next for the
1 out, man at first. Now it's the shortstop, Leo Jimenez. Jumps, but it's off his glove. He doesn't have a play. A tough play, and now there are runners at first and second. And here comes Mark Kotsay as he's ready to make a change and go to the bullpen. Jeffrey Springs will depart. Just never found his groove, wasn't able to settle in. New arm coming on, back in a moment. New pitcher on here, JT Ginn.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Laser, base hit, coming home. He'll score, and it's 8-4.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Pulls that one foul. And a base hit knocks in a run. Makes the turn at second, heads for third. To third, not in
there, he's
time.
safe.
And it's runners at the corners with one gone.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one. Ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in those mechanics.
Runners at the corners here. Run away. Alejandro Kirk. And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. He's already homered in this game. Butler on the move. Brings it in. Runner tagging and heading for home. In to score from third. And they cut the lead to 2.
That wasn't your standard sac fly. He barreled that baseball. Just couldn't get it to drop in.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. 1 for 3. Swing and a ball driven out to center. That one carrying. Can't get there, too slow to get after it. Vladdy coming around third. He'll score easily. And now they trail by 1.
Well, back within 1 as he brings home the run. Really important at bat coming up now.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move. Justin Sterner takes over on the mound.
Pretty big spot he's coming into, trying to strand that runner at second base. So he's going to need to make some quality pitches. He does have first open if he needs to use it.
This one in the air, center field. Butler coming on. And that is the third out of the inning. So it's 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We look ahead to inning number 8. Now the number 2 hitter, Nick Kurtz.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Jimmy Garcia.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Right, woo!
Laser could be trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now there are several ways that they can get this run across.
Soderstrom in the box now. Takes strike 1. And a strike. 1-run game. The A's looking for some insurance. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's 1 away.